of this station.
It's time to get on the right path.
It is time.
Real Estate Radio with Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Can you turn it up a little bit on your side, Nikki?
The commercials?
Yeah, it just sounds real quiet.
Is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271.
Oops.
Now here's your host,
Perfect.
Jason Bible.
All right, Mr. Bible, hot mics.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Just cruising Facebook here, looking at some people's businesses, seeing what's going on in the world of real estate. I'm involved in a whole bunch of different Facebook groups, so it's a lot of fun to get in here and look at what people are up to. I like following successful people. I like following people who are struggling. Just because I can tell they make these couple of changes, they will be much more successful. I'm actually looking at one right now, and I'm just looking at this poor guy, and I'm like, man, if you just focused on one thing instead of 600 other things, you would be wildly successful compared to where you've been in the last couple of years. Anyways, so topic for today's show, we're going to talk about Spreadsheet Investing Part 2. So Friday, I talked a little about Spreadsheet Investing. And what is Spreadsheet Investing? It's this idea that you can go out, put together a perfect spreadsheet, and that's how your real estate portfolio is going to turn out. You know, I'm just going to put a spreadsheet together. It's going to be an Excel document. I'm going to buy this many houses this month and this many houses this next month, and it's just going to track along like on my spreadsheet, like it says it does. I'm going to do this many offers this month. I'm going to buy a house this month and one next month and one the following after that. And I'll tell you, there were a lot of hedge funds and REITs that were in Houston that thought they could do spreadsheet investing. They thought, I'll get a couple of smart guys together called quants, get a couple of these quants together, get a couple $100 million together, and I'll just go start buying single-family houses, and I'll rule the world in Houston, Texas. Little did they know, it took a little more than spreadsheet skills to build a real estate business. In fact, a lot of those REITs and hedge funds are no longer in Houston. And let me tell you a couple of the reasons why. Houston is the largest city with no zoning. So Saturday night, we had a great event. It was a really small event. It was just for a handful of people that were in town. And one of the things I found fascinating, it was one of these national real estate education seminars that was hosting an event here the entire week in Houston. And then a couple of their folks came over to an event we were having Saturday night. So we got to talk about Houston and what's going on. And one of the fascinating things I heard was, well, Jason, I mean, Houston's the largest city with no zoning. That must mean like why don't you just go in and into a residential neighborhood and just tear down a bunch of homes and then build an apartment complex? I said, because somebody who has no clue what they're talking about probably told you that Houston has no zoning. It's the largest city with no zoning, which is true. However, they forgot to tell you the other side of that story. Houston is also the city with the most powerful HOAs. Our homeowners associations here are militant. In fact, I'm surprised they don't have their own police force. I mean, they're that powerful. They're incredibly powerful. If you guys here in Houston read through the bylaws or your HOA rules, you are in for a surprise. HOAs are one of the main reasons why REITs and hedge funds got whipped so bad in Houston. I mean, I can tell you my neighborhood and a lot of the neighborhoods we invest in, if you leave your trash can out for more than 2 days, you're getting a letter, and if it's there for a week, you're getting fined. Now, imagine if you're some hotshot hedge fund that's trying to do a little spreadsheet investing, meaning, you know, I'll just go down to the auction or I'll go on hard, I'll just buy everything I can, you know, and we'll get to the rehab when we can. Well, if that grass grows, and here in Houston, that's another shocker for people, how fast the grass grows around here. If you're not mowing it sometimes twice a week, you know, your yard's going to look wild. because of the moisture we get. It's a tropical climate down here. Got to keep that yard mowed. Well, these hedge funds and REITs came down here like a bunch of hotshots. Didn't realize that just getting the grass mowed on these things can be a project. We knew a lot of folks that came down here in 2012, right after 2012, would buy 60, 70, 80, 100 houses a month at auction and off of MLS, and couldn't keep up with getting the grass mowed. And these HOAs would just sit there and write fines all day long. They don't care. They're like, look, you're taking down the value of our neighborhood. Get the grass mowed. That's just grass. Now, what happens when you got some neighborhood kids that know that house is vacant? And they're breaking in, underage drinking, smoking dope, doing all that stupid stuff teenage kids do. Now you have a huge liability. You don't secure that property, those kids get hurt, you could be liable for it. So a lot of these folks have got some misconceptions about Houston, actually about real estate investing in general. They think, hey, I put it on a spreadsheet and it's just going to kind of magically happen. What they don't realize is you've got to build a business around this thing. A spreadsheet is not a business. Spreadsheet is absolutely not a business. Had a buddy of mine. We went to a wonderful wedding Friday night. Had an absolute blast. I don't think Sarah and I have had that much fun going out in a long time. It was just so much fun. We had absolute blast. And I was chatting with one of the guys there that I went to the bachelor party with. And we were chatting about real estate and Houston real estate and, kind of what's going on in the world of real estate and what he's seeing kind of on his end. A lot of real estate investors there Friday night. And he said, where do I go? He wants to be a new investor. He's working full-time somewhere else in another field. And he said, where do I go to, get some real estate coaching? He said, you can always come to our place. So this is what we do. This is what we teach, that sort of thing. And inevitably, the question of, hey, I've heard you can do this with no money and no credit. I said, look, I got to be honest with you, man. I'm not the no money, no credit guy. I believe that the people who can make it with no money and no credit, it's tough. It is very, very hard. Can you do it? I mean, yeah, you can. I never want to be that guy that says, no, you can't. But can you do it? Sure. But you're talking about a grind. Realistically, most people can't. So one of the things I'm fond of saying is, hey, look, you're starting a business here, right? We're starting a business. We're starting a business in real estate. So what are we doing in that? How do we start a business? What are the catch points for failure? One of them is undercapitalization. Here's what it sounds like. And I could pick people could tell me their story and where they're failing at, and I can pick what real estate club they're in. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, Jason, I'm a buy and hold landlord, and I've bought 6 rental properties, but I haven't bought any in 3 years because of the market. And I'll say the market. What's the market have to do with it? Well, it takes, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 out of pocket. And my wife and I only had, $100,000 to throw at this thing. And we just aren't capitalized. We just can't buy any more houses because of the market. And, of course, I'd tell them which real estate. I said, let me guess, you're a member of this real estate club, this buy and hold real estate club. And they'd laugh. They'd go, yeah, how'd you know? I'd say, because all you guys have that problem. And I'd tell them, I said, look, it's not the type of real estate you're doing. Buy and hold is great. We do buy and hold. In fact, one of my big goals for 2018 is take down more buy and hold property. I said, your problem is how you were taught how to acquire buy and hold property. That's why you ran out of money. I mean, you got to have some money to do some marketing, to go look at some deals. You got to have some money for earnest money, for option periods if you so choose to do that. You can't deploy all of your seed capital and retirement into property. If you deploy all of your seed capital, which really that seed capital, let's change the term from seed capital to operating capital, because that's really what it is. It's operating capital. Notice I said operating capital, not investment capital. So those of you who are trying to build a retirement portfolio cannot use that money for investing purposes. If you do, you'll run out of money. You just flat run out of money. You need to use it for operations. And what do the operations look like? You're going to spend some money on marketing.
2 minutes.
You're going to spend some money on earnest money deposits. You're going to spend some money on options. You're going to spend some money on maybe getting your real estate license. You're going to spend some money on education. I highly recommend getting education from the right people. Heck, education will save you money. Even if it doesn't make you any money, it'll save you a lot of money. Your whole goal as a real estate investor is to buy assets that you can get 100% leverage on. Meaning, I can buy a property and I don't have any of my personal capital, my operating capital, in a piece of real estate. The minute you start sacrificing your operating capital for a real estate deal are the days you start running out of money. It happens to every investor I see that invests this way. They think, oh, you know what would be a great retirement plan is to go buy some single-family real estate. I don't disagree with that at all. However, the way they go about doing it is putting $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 into a single-family piece of real estate.
1 minute.
And even if you have $1 million to put into real estate, you're going to run out of money. At $20,000 a pop, that's 50 houses. What if instead we showed you how to buy as many houses as you wanted without having to put all your own money into them? And that's what we teach at Right Path for those of you who want to build a retirement portfolio in real estate. The idea behind spreadsheet investing is that I can calculate how much leverage I can take and put as little money into the deal as possible. We get back from the break. We're going to talk more about that. Spreadsheet investing part 2, folks. This is Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com.
No questions so far
That's
this morning?
noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
All right, 2 minutes.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects,
30 seconds.
which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live.
All right. Hot mics, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Somebody asked, speaking of spreadsheets, do you use Google Sheets or Excel? We use both. We use Google Sheets for a lot of the stuff that we share intra-company. And actually, our Pathfinder Basecamp folks, their metrics are on Google Sheets. And then when I get into a little more complex spreadsheets, I go into Excel, the most current version of Excel, because you can do, if I remember, it's 1 million lines deep. Before you can only do a couple 100,000. So, and yes, I do have some spreadsheets that have got nearly that much data in them. When you start looking at addresses of properties, so think about all the data that a property can have. It can be 14, 15, 20 rows for one address. So throw a few 100,000 columns. It can have 15 or 20 columns per address, which is on a row. So you can have a few million data points, a few million cells in an Excel spreadsheet pretty darn quick, depending on what you're looking for. So, in a market as large as Houston is, you could be looking at a couple 100,000 properties. I mean, that's not uncommon. In fact, one of the things I told a lot of folks that we were meeting with on Saturday night that were struggling is they live on one side of town and they're trying to look at properties on the complete other side of town. I'm like, look, there's no reason to do that. These submarkets are big enough in Houston. I mean, so I live in Sugar Land. You could make a career just in Sugar Land. Or if you live in Kingwood, you could make a career just in Kingwood or in Spring or in, the South Loop near Westbury and Meyerland. And, you can make a career out of Sharpstown and that little area of town. You could make a career off of 290 in Cypress. Heck, not even all of Cypress, just a smaller section of Cypress. So what a lot of folks are, whenever people go to our weekend retreat, one of the things they're always amazed by in the marketing section, and I speak about almost like 6 hours just on marketing at our weekend retreat. And really, what are we marketing to? We're marketing to find deals. And one of the things that we do is we distill down, what it takes to be successful in a market. And it's not It's not, hey, I want to do real estate investing. I want to buy, single family homes. I'm going to go look at every single house that's listed on MLS, or I'm going to go look at all of these great investor deals that wholesalers send out. That's not the way to do this business. Here's what I can guarantee. You'll not be successful. So many people are looking for, quote, motivated sellers or desperate sellers. And I tell them the first thing right off the bat, that is the wrong way to do this business. And they go, oh, well, that's what every guru teaches. And I'm like, yeah, that's why most people who teach real estate, their students aren't successful. Because what they're teaching doesn't work. If you're looking for, quote, motivation, like I was a part of a real estate club years ago. It was one of the first ones I'd ever joined. And we went after foreclosures, which worked for a while. Foreclosure investing worked for a while, for about 2 years. And then guess what? Most of the foreclosures were gone. And then of the foreclosures that were left, they were in areas of town where I didn't really want to invest in. And a lot of their folks didn't either. So mailing or sending offers to people who are, quote, motivated or could be motivated to sell is not going to work. It doesn't work. Oh, Jason, I'm going to get the foreclosure list and I'm going to go, get all these pre-foreclosure properties. Here's a funny thing. And I even hate to say this on the radio, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is a lot better at the weekend retreat. There's a guy that's running around the country right now that's teaching. There's actually two guys. One guy is teaching buying houses pre-foreclosure subject to. So meaning you're going to take over the mortgage and then you're going to take over the payments of the homeowner to buy the house. It sounds a lot more complicated than it really is. It's super easy. You literally take over their payments. That's all you do. There's another guy that's running around the country right now that's teaching short sales. And I can tell you both of those strategies, if you want to acquire a significant number of properties, are about 5 years too late. I mean, that stuff ended in 2012. In fact, if you look, I pulled it up. You guys can go to foreclosehouston.com right now. Foreclosehouston.com. You can go there right now, and you can see how many houses are slated for the next auction. Between all of the counties, 4, 5, 6 counties, whatever you want to count as greater Houston, there might be 1,300 houses that are slated for foreclosure. And a lot of those are going to be taken off the auction blocks before the auction hits. Let's say 10, 20% of them. So now you're looking at 1,000 houses. How many investors are there in the city of Houston? There's a lot. I know of a hedge fund that comes down here and buys almost 100 houses a month. So now you're left with 900 amongst all the other investors. People teaching how to do real estate at auctions or saying that the auctions are the place to buy properties have absolutely 100% no clue what they're talking about. Just ask them, how many houses you bought at auction last month? There's a guru here that's a local here in town that runs around and says, buy all your houses at auction. Oh, yeah? How many houses did you buy at auction? Great. Can we see the numbers on them? It sounds great on paper, right? It sounds great on the spreadsheet. Well, if I can buy this many houses at auction, then I'll do this, and then I can refinance it, and then I'm going to make $1 million in a year. And it's like, that's not how this works. It's not. I can tell you right now. How this business works is relationships. It's working with homeowners. It's working with wholesalers. It's working with real estate agents. And it's not magic. This is a question I get all the time. I was in LA last week. Had a great time in LA. We're going to do a big event in LA. I'm going to tell you that right now. For those of y'all from Los Angeles that are listening, we are going to do a big event at some point. It's probably going to be in the first quarter. My guess is it's going to be like one of our mini masterminds. But and it'll be a day-long event, or it'll be it'll be like an evening event for a couple of hours. But we will be in LA. We're going to do a big event out there. Just trust me on that one. But I was out in LA, and I get this question all the time. Whenever I get in front of new real estate investors, Jason, what's the most effective piece of marketing? Jason, what's the most effective way to convince a seller to sell you their house? Jason, what's the most effective way to work with a bank? And I'll tell you, there's some effective methods, but there's no silver bullet. I hear this one all the time. Jason, I sit at my desk, working a full-time job. I get emails from wholesalers all day, and, there's not any good deals out there. And then I say this in a very confrontational manner, and I'm not doing it to be a jerk. I'm doing it to just wake people up. And Tom does the same thing. Like, a lot of people, they just need a smack in the face. And if you punch them in the face, they're shocked, and they go, oh, yeah, it doesn't make sense. So when someone says, Jason, I'm sitting there waiting for a wholesaler to sell me a really great deal, I immediately respond with, let me get this straight. You're waiting for an email to make you a millionaire. You're waiting for an email to make you a millionaire. That's what you're waiting for. I say it just like that. And it comes off real rude. I get it, because most people don't talk to each other that way. But a lot of folks need the truth popped into them. Just because you listen to these real estate seminars and these gurus and dudes on the radio, and they tell you, oh, yeah, you just sign up for these wholesale lists, and you do these sub-2 deals, and you do this, and come to my seminar, and I'll teach you how to do all that. And it's not true. I'll tell you it's not true right now. You're going to have to work. Now, is it hard work? Not really. But you're going to have to work. I'll tell you the hardest thing you're going to have to do before we even get into spreadsheet investing. Hardest thing you're going to have to do is figure out what you want. It's the biggest failure point in this business. What do you want? I don't know. I just want to make some money for retirement. No, you need to get a lot more specific than that. How much? By when? What type of houses? In what market? One of the biggest reasons for failure is people don't know what they want. If you don't know what you want, you're just going to end up somewhere.
1 minute.
It's like a lot of you guys listen to this show. You've been to college before, right? What happens if you walk in the first day of college and go, I haven't looked at the degree plan. I'm just going to sign up for some classes, 2 English classes, maybe a math, 6 PE classes. I mean, you got to have a plan. When you walk into undergrad, your first 4 years, for most people now it's 5 or 6, but your first undergrad, your first semester as a freshman, you got a degree plan. So I started asking people, why are you so lost? I don't get it. Why do you spend more time planning your vacation than you do your retirement? Why do you spend more time planning where your kid's going to go to college because it's got a great college football program versus your retirement? Like, let's talk about the stuff that really matters. And your vacation doesn't matter, but your retirement does. We get back from the break, we're going to talk more about spreadsheet investing. This is Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
Are small returns
What's going on, Daniel?
of your retirement plans?
John, welcome to the show.
Results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make.
Yeah, Moses, it's insureinvestors.com.
Preferred return and up to a
It's Benchmark Insurance. That's who we went with. We got a quote from FEMA for our beach house. It's in a Tier 1 county. And the new code is like 16 feet up. In other words, your pylon's got to be 16 feet up for the first floor. Ours are 8. And it was going to be $7,000 or $9,000. It was something ridiculous for flood and windstorm. And we went through Benchmark's program. It was $3,500. So, and our property had flooded before. If I remember, it's the right one. I think we flooded during Ike. I have to ask Tom, but I know it was half the price to go through Benchmark. So insureinvestors.com, they have a private flood and windstorm for Tier 1 and Harris County is Tier 2 county. If you're in Harris County.
At questira.com or call us at 1-855 fund IRAs.
And for those of y'all listening all over the country, Insure Investors is nationwide. So they can place coverage anywhere you guys want. They're in all 50 states.
Or go to our website, questira.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance
Speaking
company
of
is
which,
slow or non-responsive, you
here
can
we
lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know
Yeah,
what to
John,
do
I'll let you know
and
when it is. Maybe we'll do like a vendor thing.
Call Houston's
Have a
leading
couple of
real
you guys
estate
out
risk
there do a
management
little,
experts.
have like a little
Benchmark
vendor
Insurance Group
expo,
of
and
Texas.
then we'll do our little dog and pony show.
4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live.
All right, Jay. Hot mics in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Just saw a picture. I had a couple buddies, Colby and Robert, were out at, they're with JB Fund Services, who's a sponsor of the show. They were up in New Jersey buying houses up there. They've got a fund up there that's doing a bunch of stuff. Anyways, I saw them at the Giants game. And I'll tell you what, if the fund guys show up to a football game, they're there to look at distressed assets. And I got to tell you, whoo, the Giants, that might be the definition of distressed asset right now. we might be putting together a fund to go buy the Giants. Whoo, that's bad. I heard a rumor yesterday Eli might be looking for a new place to hang his hat, hang his helmet and his jersey. That's some ugly business going on in New York right now. So in any case, it's kind of funny. I had a friend of mine just posted, and they're talking about their Halloween plans, and what they plan on doing is it's my brother and his girlfriend. They have this house up in Seattle, really neat house, and it's got this huge front yard, and so they're going to turn it into a haunted house. And they've already started, working on it, and they're posting pictures on Facebook. And she said the plan is buy a bunch of stuff this year, but then November 1st go and raid all the stores and get all that stuff at a discount. And I completely forgot this story, and it just reminded me of this. So when my wife and I were in college, we would do like a little Valentine's dinner, but not a big deal. But the day after Valentine's Day, the 15th, I would be the first one, into Walmart or wherever, and I'd buy a couple dozen roses and all the candy for like 50% off. You know, it was great because you get twice as much stuff for half the money, right? I mean, and then I just realized we've always been in the distressed assets game. Nobody wants roses on the 15th of February. This is a perfect time to go shopping. You know, 15th of February, that's when you go pick up all the candy. Right? Don't do it the day of. Everybody's in. It's like Houston right now. I can tell you one thing. It's one of the few things that I think I've been wrong about in real estate. And here's what I'll tell you. I keep saying there's going to be a dip in the Houston real estate market for real estate investors. Now, the retail market, I think there's absolutely going to be a dip. But for real estate investors, holy cow, there is so much money that has flown into this town via private jets since Harvey, snapping up real estate. I mean, it was amazing. So I was at this wedding Friday night and I was comparing notes with a couple other buddies of mine. And they're getting offered a massive amount of money from private individuals, from small investment groups, from hedge funds to banks to go invest in single-family real estate here in Houston. And the funny thing is, if you're already successful in real estate, you were running at capacity before the storm, right? So the storm has just compounded things. Like, we're now even busier than before. But we were busy before the storm. Good example. Call Fast Track. Fast Track was busy before the storm. They're busy after the storm. You know, it's like a lot. It's Foundation Check. They were busy before the storm. They're busy after the storm. I mean, it's like if you're good at business, you are already busy before. And this storm just took it up to another level. So I was chatting with a buddy of mine, and he said, yeah, I got a call out of the blue from this guy. And he's like, hey, I've read he actually has a book. And so, hey, I read your book, and I've been following you for a while, and I want to give you $5 million to go out and buy some houses. He's like, I can't take you. I can't go buy more houses. I'm already working a zillion hours a week. And I was chatting with his wife, and she's like, yeah, I haven't seen him since Harvey. Like, this is the first time I've seen him in a month. You know, going and buying these houses and helping these homeowners out. And it's like, what? I can't use any more capital because I'd literally have to hire like 5 more guys. I mean, it just, you know, somebody walks up and says, hey, I want to invest in Houston because now's a great time to do it because houses are on sale. You're like, yeah, that's great. But I mean, we were busy before. And if we really wanted to grow bigger, we already would have. I mean, it's like, I mean, you know, good businesses are always busy. You know, you've got to look at, well, I mean, what's it take to go to the next level? That's what this buddy of mine we're chatting about. He buys somewhere between 30 and 60 houses a year. And so we were comparing notes and just sharing stories and where he wants to be. He's a little bit older than I am. He's in his mid-40s. And he wants to retire by about 50. So we were having these discussions. He's possibly maybe going to sell a business. And so we were chatting about what does all that kind of look like. And, you know, it's like, guys, I mean, the people who are good were busy before. You know, and then you start looking at, well, how much time do I want to spend building this thing? You know, how much time do I want to spend away from home or away from, I mean, when you're successful, that's the real question. It's not, you know, it was fascinating. We were, I can't remember where I was at. It was in the last couple of weeks. We were at one of these happy hour deals. It may have been the weekend retreat. We were sitting down chatting with a couple. Actually, you know what? It was the weekend retreat. We have a gentleman in our group that is very, very successful in the oil and gas business. And we started comparing notes, you know, hey, what does making another $4, $5, $8, $10 million really change your life that much? Does making another $20 million? I mean, that's what you get there. You get to a certain point where, I mean, does going from $100 million net worth to $1 billion, does it really change your life that much? You know, and are the sacrifices to get that big, to build that level of wealth, worth it? You know, you start having those discussions, and it's like, I don't know. You know, it's like, what's the end? You got to back up again. Let's start back with the beginning of the show. What are you trying to accomplish here? Like if what you're trying to accomplish in your life, you can do with 10 rental properties, don't build a flipping and wholesaling business that does 100 houses a year. You don't need that. Hey, Jason, I just want to buy 10 rental properties, and I'd like to have them paid off in 5 years. Great, we can show you how to do that. I mean, if you buy them in the right areas, you can have 10 rental properties paid off inside of somewhere between 7 and 9 years. We can show you what that plan looks like. And if you do them in the right area, that's $10,000 a month. 10 rental properties, net on net, after management expenses and some small CapEx expenses, make ready, taxes, insurance. I mean, I will tell you this, the sexiest investment out there, and it's not. Like, if you get into all these real estate seminars, it's not the sexy investment scenario, but I'll tell you it's great. Paid off single-family houses. No mortgage on them. Paid off single-family houses. Where's your risk? You're diversified because you've got houses in, 10, 15 houses in one neighborhood. You've got multiple assets, so they all don't go vacant at one time. Some will go vacant, 2 or 3 at a time, and you fill them back up. Heck, you could take 10 or 15 houses and put them in a couple different neighborhoods, 20 miles apart. You can put them in 2 different cities. You want to 2 different states. But single-family, paid-off rental properties. It doesn't sell seminars. It doesn't sell flashy marketing programs and flashy education. And, you don't brag to all your friends. You're building this empire. But you got 10 little rental properties bringing in $10,000 a month with about as close to zero risk as possible. Where's your risk? What happens if rents drop by 50%? You're still cash flowing. You're still doing well. You're making $5,000 a month instead of 10. I mean, probably making about $3,500, $4,000 a month. Because that 50% goes right to the bottom line. It doesn't go towards your expenses either. Although, I mean, if 50% decrease in rents, the house probably isn't worth as much anymore, so you're decreasing taxes.
2 minutes.
Insurance may be a little cheaper. But the reality is it's about the least attractive thing to talk about from a stage. Just go and buy 20 rental properties and then put them on 15-year mortgages. They will probably be cash neutral. Not going to be cash flowing a lot. But somewhere around year 7 to year 9, depending on how much they appreciate, you sell half and pay off the other half. And you got $10,000 a month in cash flow, somewhere in 7 to 9 years. It's literally that easy, guys. I'm telling you, it's that easy. It is that easy. Be retired inside of 7 to 9 years. And buying 20 houses over a handful of years is not a full-time job. I can tell you that right now. Buying one or 2 houses a month, do it over 2 years, buy 1 house a month. It's not a lot. But here's what will happen. Most people will buy 10, 20 houses and they'll go, I want to kind of keep this train going.
1 minute.
Just want to buy a couple of more. Once you get your system set up and you got the neighborhoods that you like, actually the bigger problem is, probably the largest problem we have in our group is our people buy too many houses too fast. I don't talk a lot about that on the radio, but that happens to a lot of the folks that are in our Pathfinder Base Camp group. They buy too many houses too fast, and they got to figure out how to finance them. But that's a good problem to have. But let's all start with, what's your goal? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? If it's 20 rental houses, buy 20 rental houses. If it's 50, let's buy 50. If you like doing the fix and flip model, how many houses do you want to flip? Where do you want to flip them at? What price point? What kind of rehabs do you want to do? What is that? What's the whole point of real estate? I think a lot of people want to get into real estate because they want to do something different. They want to do something else than their job. That's fine. But let's have some goals. Let's have some ideas in mind where this thing is headed. We get back from the break, we're going to talk more about spreadsheet investing. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Rehab loans, conventional loans, FHA, and no-income documentation loans can seem scary unless you have the right mortgage company to guide you through the process. Since 2003, Noble Mortgage has been helping investors just like you.
I will get to
Whether
y'all's
rehabbing
questions
houses,
here in a minute.
Buying your first home, rental, or commercial property, Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing. Call Noble Mortgage at 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or
My
non-responsive,
right contact
you
is
could lose a
driving me
deal
nuts.
like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825 or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general
Hey,
contractor?
Jay, we
for
got
your
a caller,
investment
David
property?
from
Then call
Baytown.
Fast
Okay.
Track Remodeling at 832
And we have less than a minute.
742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906.
All right, we're coming back.
All right.
jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713.
All right, don't forget David from Baytown.
Okay.
Hot mics, 3, 2, 1.
Facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. We got a caller. We've got a short segment, so we're going to go right to our caller, David from Baytown. What can I do for you, David?
Hey, Jason, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Hey, man, I was listening to you. I had to pull over real fast on that. Why wouldn't you let your equity work for you?
What do you mean by let my equity work for me?
Well, you know, you're saying all the paid-off houses, you know, having 10 paid-off houses. Why don't you have 10 houses and then take the equity and go ahead and buy you another 20?
because you don't need the equity to buy the other 20.
Okay.
So if you buy these things right, you don't have a penny in them. So if you're buying them,
but what about your equity that's just sitting there if you buy them right?
But that's what I'm saying. You don't need the equity. If you're buying houses right, you don't need the equity. Now, if you were to upgrade to a different asset class, for example, if you were to liquidate that portfolio and let's say go to multifamily, that's when it makes a lot of sense. But there's no reason you shouldn't have any money in these properties. So in order for you to go from 10 houses to 20, just buy 10 more houses. The equity...
I guess because I want to put my money back in my pocket. I mean, and have a free house. I guess that's one of my things that I would love to do, and I am doing.
Yeah, here, let me tell you, let me give you the opposite. Let me give you the other reason. The reason people have to take equity out of these to buy more houses is because they're not buying them right. If you're buying them cheap enough, you can get 100% financing. So the ability to buy properties deep enough is directly related to your sales and marketing skill set in finding houses. So if you're able to get them cheap enough, 75% less repairs or lower, you have no money in these things. So the equity really doesn't. The only reason you need a lot of equity in single family real estate is so you don't have any of your own money in these deals.
Right.
That's the real trick to this business. Buy them deep enough, a bank will finance them 100%. There's no reason to re-leverage. There's no reason to sell them. Does that make sense?
It does to a degree, but I like buying a house and putting that money back in my pocket.
30 seconds.
So I understand, man. Hey, it's all good. Hey, man, y'all have a good one.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks, David. All right, we've got a question or two I can get to here on Facebook. Jason, with all the no equity flooded homes that are being presented, do you have any short sale experts that may help these individuals? Yes, if you go to our vendors page, we have a short sale expert. But here's the problem. All of these houses have a 12 months forbearance. So banks aren't going to be willing to do anything for at least a year, at least what we've seen. That may change on an individual basis. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Would love to chat with you guys here on Wednesday. Tom will be in studio tomorrow on Build Your Team Tuesday. Thanks a lot.
All right, Jay, have a good one.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Christian Faith Publishing helps thousands of authors just like you publish their books with a company dedicated to strong Christian values. To help you get started, we want to send you our free author submission kit. Christian Faith Publishing reviews every book submitted to us, and if your book is approved, we'll edit, design, copyright protect, print, and distribute your book online.